but that definitely impacted the moment. I mean, that rule has never been explained to me, and I know every rule in this game as long as I've been playing. I never knew that you could challenge a play that wasn't called on the floor, and that's essentially what happened. The play that they were reviewing was the Covington. It was on the line and seeing how much time was on the clock. That was explained to me. But they allowed the Clippers to review a play that wasn't even called on the floor. That would be like if I was going down the floor and I traveled, but the refs called a foul, they're not going to, and you challenge it, they're not going to go back and say, well, you traveled. It's never happened. It happens so much in our game. You can't challenge a play. Well, I guess you can. And to my knowledge, a play that hasn't been called on the floor. I've never seen that before.
Does the length of a review, do you think, is that something that makes a big impact when you're sitting there for that long, especially if the call is that close to?
I pretty much knew that it wasn't going in our favor by the amount of time that they were over there.
LeBron, there's a lot of focus over the last few days about specifically this team and wanting to attack the second half. And Melody saying we're built for this. Energy levels seem like it was all lines were focused on the same place. How frustrating is it then to come out and see yourselves down 16 pretty early in a game that everybody seemed to agree was pretty important?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, every game for us is important at this point. Going into our last 20-plus games, every game is important. And for us to go down in the fashion that we went down, for us to continue, we went down in the Utah game as well, and we have to see if we can scrap our way out of it. So we definitely would like to play better basketball to where we're not building deficits like that early on or even going into halftime.
Brian, getting back to the challenge, are you able to have a dialogue in that moment with the officials? I don't not necessarily persuade their thinking, but for an explainer?
No. I mean, sorry to cut you off, but I went over and said, how can you challenge a play that wasn't called on the floor? And the referee told me that it's in the rule book. I just never seen it happen before. And I watch basketball all day long, every day. And I watch these NBA games all day long. I've never seen it happen.
LeBron, stepping away from tonight's game, you obviously kind of the dominant conversation around the team over the last week has kind of stemmed from some of your comments over All-Star Weekend, leading to obvious speculation about your future. But the question I have is, what is your level of confidence that the Lakers front office can put championship contending rosters together around you for as long as you are, as long as you're here?
Very confident. I mean, they've done it. They've shown me that. I have nothing. I mean, ever since I got here, the front office, Jeannie, Linda, Kurt, and everybody has welcomed me with open arms and has given me an opportunity to play for a historical franchise and welcome my family in. And I've just tried to give back my part of the game and inspire kids and inspire people that want to follow the Lakers and put them back at a level that they were accustomed to be. And it's always been my focus. I don't understand how some of my comments over the weekend was taken to a whole different area of, could I see myself retiring as a Cavalier? I never said I would see myself playing in a Cavaliers uniform. I mean, I talked to Jason Lloyd, and he asked me, and I said, well, I don't know what tomorrow holds, but actually me playing for the Cavs, I don't know about that. Could I see myself retiring as a Cav? And he asked me, well, you just come here and sign for a day and retire as a Cav? I said, that possible could be. And then things about my son, me wanting to finish play with my son wherever he's at, me going there. Like, you guys take some of my words and just twist them to different places where they shouldn't go. And if I comment or compliment, a GM that's in OKC, I really believe that he's done a phenomenal job. And you guys spin that to me saying that Rob is not doing a great job. Or if I say the GM from the Rams, I love this fucking T-shirt. I thought it was dope. And I believe the same way. I don't care about picks. I don't care about winning championships. Well, how is that directed at Rob in the Lakers franchise? Rob has done the same thing. He went and got AD. He didn't care about picks as well, obviously. So I'm so weird that you guys can take, not you guys, whoever started this whole thing. And I mean, Bill doesn't like the Lakers anyway, so it's always going to be a negative. Anytime Bill says anything about the Lakers, it's going to be negative. So I hope no one in Lakers faithful listen to Bill Oram. I hope not. He hasn't said one great thing about the Lakers in so long. Okay, appreciate it.
So LeBron, just for clarity's sake there then, I mean, is this, obviously you have one more year beyond this. Is this a team that you see yourself playing with beyond?
This is a franchise I see myself being with. Beyond
your contract?
I'm here. You guys, I continue to tell you guys, I mean, Dave knows me more than any one of you guys. And I tell you, I literally live in the moment. I do. I live in the moment. And I see myself being with the purple and gold as long as I can play. But I also have a goal that if it's possible, I don't even know if it's possible, but if I can play with my son, I would love to do that. Is that like something that any man or anybody should want that in life? That's like the coolest thing that could possibly happen. It doesn't mean I don't want to be with this franchise.
LeBron, you're talking about how you and the franchise and the front office and ownership were, on good terms. There was a report by ESPN and The Athletic that Rich met with the franchise this week while you were on your break. Why do you think that was important, and why did that have to happen?
I heard it just like you guys heard it. You guys saw the report. I saw the report. I was literally just trying to get away from the game as much as I could before this later stage takes over. But, I think it's important that it's always stays transparent between us and we don't really care about the outside noise. I think a lot of people are, to be honest, just jealous of the relationship that Rich has with the front office and with his team and the relationship that I have that I've grown over the last 4 years. That's what I think it boils down to.
LeBron, as we kind of talk about all this big picture stuff, it seems like a lot of it stems from the fact that this season has been what it's been.
That's exactly what it is.
And I guess, though, what I'm wondering is, as somebody who was active in putting this all together and was active in trying to figure, and is seemingly going to be active in trying to figure this all out, how does all of that sit with you? Like the beyond the court stuff, like the other facets of your role within this organization and sort of the responsibility for some of that stuff.
What do you mean by that? My responsibility is to lead this team out every single night.
But you've taken an active role, though, right? In like what this team should look like, how it should play, and what it should be like.
In my career.
Mm-hmm. And I guess how this year presenting you with struggles that you really haven't had, since maybe I think your second year in the league, that you haven't been in this type of position.
Record-wise, I agree.
Do you feel that's interesting? I guess how does that responsibility of pushing the right buttons and doing that stuff, does that make the winning and losing harder? I guess that's probably the bigger question.
Well, first of all, I don't push the buttons. They ask for my opinion, and I voice my opinion and what I believe, but I don't press any buttons. That's what our front office is for. That's what our leadership group is for. I don't press no buttons. So we can state that right now. I do wish that we were just playing better basketball. And between me, AD, and Russ on the floor at the same time, I think there's less than 15 games this season. And that's the biggest disappointment so far that us three, because we all wanted to see this work, and we just haven't been on the floor. I don't know how many games it's been. I think it's less than 15. 17, it's pretty bad. We only got 20-some games left. Yeah.